Hi everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you the basic structure of HTML, and we're going to start building our very first simple HTML website. So HTML is based around these things called tags, and tags generally have an opening tag and a closing tag, and inside in the middle there's some sort of content. And this is the general rule of HTML. So this tag name will be some sort of structure like a paragraph or a title, whatever it is you're trying to do. Inside you're going to have like the actual paragraph of text you want to display. And then at the end you have this slash and then the tag name to say that that's the end of whatever this type of content is. So if we look at a simple early website, this is a simple website. It's only HTML. It doesn't have styling. So in a past video, I talked about cascading style sheets, which is how you make websites look pretty. This has none of that. This is just a simple HTML document. And the reason why we wanted HTML documents in the first place was that in the early days of the internet was so slow, it could basically only send text files. Even images were just beyond the speed of early internet power. And people who were using this early internet wanted to be able to send documents to each other, but just plain text isn't very powerful. Just a big massive block of text isn't very easy to read. It's really nice that this title is big. It's really nice that we've got this subtitle and this even smaller subtitle. Even better, one of the real power of the internet was unlocked with these things called hyperlinks. That's why it's called HTML's hypertext markup language. And so being able to click this link and then taking us to this other website is fantastic. Now, if we right click this website and say view page source, we can actually see the plain text document that makes up this website. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for you to make it easier to see. So we can see right here, the early history of HTML is inside this H1 tag. And so if we go back to this general rule, the tag name in this case is an H1. And inside the H1, we have the early history of HTML. And then at the end, we've got the slash H1 to close that tag, which means, okay, our heading is done now. And then the website knows to display the early history of HTML as a title. And this here is a smaller heading. So this is an H2. HTML, blah, blah, blah. And next we've got some paragraphs of text and so on. So sure enough, if we open Sublime Text, now Sublime Text, you need to tell it that you're working on an HTML file. So this is your first time doing that. In the bottom right-hand corner where it says plain text, you click that, and there's all the different languages that Sublime Text supports. We aren't going to be using most of these, obviously, but we will be using HTML. And so in here, I can say H1, and then say, this is my first website. Fantastic. And then one of the cool things that Sublime does, you'll notice I just hit 2 keys there if you're paying close attention. That's because when you do the open angled bracket and the slash, it automatically closes the most recent tag for you, which is really cool. So there's my first website, and for historical reasons, I'm going to make my paragraph, hello world. That's generally the first thing you do in any programming language. Now I can save this onto my computer. This doesn't need to be saved on a web server. You can actually just make an HTML document anywhere you like. I'll just save it to my desktop. It can be HTML or HTML, it doesn't matter. And instead of untitled, let's call this website 1. Hit save on that. And in Finder, if you find that file, double click it. It'll open in your default browser, which hopefully is Chrome. And there you go. This is my first website. Hello world. View page source, and there you go. This is the actual document, the text file, that the web browser is turning into this beautiful heading and paragraph for us. So in future videos, we're going to go on and we're going to talk about all the different important tags that you're going to be using in HTML and start to build something a little bit more useful than this.